अरहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाई स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम्हें से काज सब आज भयो कर चोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। तीन भुवन में सार वीतराग विज्ञानता शिव स्वरूप शिवकार नमो त्रियोग समारी के। So we were discussing the sixth dhal of Chedala by Pandit Daulat Ram ji, and so far we were on to the discussion of pure introspective meditation, Shuddhopyog, pure consciousness of serenity. And the third name was self-absorption conduct, Swarupachran Charitra or Shuddhopyog. So these points we were discussing, and we had discussed so far 5 points. I will repeat those 5 points so that those who have missed out on the last class, they can also connect to it. So the first point came into stanza number 7. The last line, जिससे जिस होत प्रगटे अपनी निधि मिटे पर की प्रवृत्ति सब. So this is the first point. It means that when the self-absorption conduct starts, that is the time you are experiencing your soul. So at the time of experience, what happens? That is what being discussed here. So when the self-absorption conduct starts, the soul begins path towards infinite knowledge, perfection, bliss, and power. There was a word used, pragate apni nidhi. So apni nidhi kaun si hai? So these are our treasure, infinite knowledge, infinite perception, infinite bliss, and infinite power. So only 4 attributes are there? No, there are infinite attributes, but as a sample, here 4 are mentioned. At the same time, there is a decrease in affinity towards the alien substance. So the alien substance which were looking very attractive earlier is now losing its charm. Why is it losing its charm? Because you have got more attractive to connect to, and that is your own soul, which is full of infinite attributes. Okay, so when you are getting connected to a higher level of thing, automatically these alien substances where nothing good is going to happen for us, so our affection to those automatically decrease. It's a very natural process that if you are getting attracted to one thing, you will lose attraction to something other. So this was the first point. Then the second point, in the next stanza, number 8, there are 4 points here. Jin param paini subuddhi cheni. Okay. So this was the first Second point, Jin Param Pani Subuddhi Cheni Dari Antar Bhedya. So here we discussed in detail about the science of discrimination between the active consciousness, which is our part, and the alien substances such as attachments, aversion, passions, then psychic thoughts, restless movements, then normal thoughts. All these are alien things, alien substances, and your soul is own. So the discrimination between the two leads to self-realization. So this was the second point. The third point, after one line, निज माही निज के हेतु निज करी आपको आपो ग्रहो. So it states he separates his soul from the color, touch, निज माही निज के हेत निज करी आपको आपो ग्रहो. Yeah, so this first line, third paragraph, with the separation of the soul from material karma, quasi karma, and psychic dispositions, that is bhav karma, he has realized the pure nature of soul for himself and by himself. Nij mahi, nij ke het, nij kari. So this was the third point. Then gun guni. So gun guni means the next line, at this time in the self experience, there is no distinctions between the pure nature of the soul and its attributes. So this is the fourth point. Then we have the last point. There is no difference between the knower, knowledge, and object to be known. Gyata, Gyan, and Gne. This was the fifth point. So we have completed 5 points so far, and I've repeated all these 5. Now starting with stanza number 9, there are 3 points in that particular stanza, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So let's first read the text and then we will discuss these 3 points. If you want to note down, you can note down Jihi Dhyan Dhyata Dhyay. So this is 6th point. Then the next line, Karma Karta Kriya. That is the 7th point. And then the last line, Draga Gyan Vrat. So Drag means darshan, Gyan, then Vrat means charitra. Darshan, Gyan, charitra. So this is the 8th point. Okay. So we will connect to it again when we discuss the text. So let's first do the reading. Himali, I'll make you a co-host. Yes. Okay, we start with Soumya. Soumya, you read stanza number 9.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
ध्यान ध्याता ध्येय को न विकल्प वच भेद ना जहाँ चिद भाव कर्म चिदेश करता चेतना क्रिया तहाँ तीनों अभिन्न अखिन्न शुद्ध उपयोग की निश्चल दशा प्रगति जहाँ दृग ज्ञान व्रत एति निधाय केलसा. The passionless, true ascetic has self-absorption, conduct, and pure consciousness of serenity. In this stage, there is no distinction amongst meditation, that is dhyan, concentrator, that is dhyata, and subject of meditation, that is dhey. There are no reflective thoughts, vikalp, about speech. In this stage, the soul himself is the doer, that is karta, and deed, karm, and the present state of the soul itself is the action, kriya. In other words, the doer, the deed, and the action are all one and the same and are undisturbed. This is the steady state of pure consciousness of serenity, Shuddha. At this stage, right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct shine as absolute oneness, Ekatva.
So you see the first one, Dhyan, Dhyata, Dhye. You could see the picture also in the previous page. Okay. What is Dhyan? Dhyan is meditation, as we all know. Then what is Dhye? Dhye is the subject of meditation. So on what subject you are going to meditate? Like in Vipassana, if you go, they tell you to focus on your breathing, you know. So the subject of meditation is breathing there, right? But here, what is the subject of meditation? So the subject of meditation is pure soul. So when you want to concentrate on the soul, then first you have to know the nature of soul, how it operates, how it works, what are its function, what it can do, what it cannot do. So everything, all the detailings, if you know, then only you are able to meditate on that. So fixing of the subject of meditation is very important before you do the meditation. Okay. And the third part is concentrator, meditator, dhyata. Okay. Meditator or concentrator is the person who is doing meditation. Meditation is the process. And what is the subject of meditation is called dhya. So while you are experiencing your soul, you are in the self-realization mode. There is no difference between who is the meditator, what is meditation, and what is the subject of meditation. There are no distinctions at that point of time. Okay. So it's written in the second line. In this stage, there is no distinction amongst the meditation, concentrator, and subject of meditation. So, so long the distinction will be there, you will not be able to realize yourself. Okay. To realize yourself, you have to let go all kinds of distinctions, clutter, everything that is there in your mind. Only the soul's experience. You are you are experiencing only your soul. At that time, no thoughts, no psychic activity, nothing. Okay. So in this stage, there is no distinctions among these three. The next is in the next line. There are three components. Karma. Karma is action or deed. Then we have karta, the doer. And then we have the kriya, the process. Chid bhav karma chides karta chetna kriyata. There are no reflective thoughts, vikalp, about speech. In this stage, the soul himself is the doer. So here starts the seventh point. In this stage, the soul himself is the doer and deed. Action is also himself. And the present state of the soul itself is the action. Okay. Present state of the soul means the modification. So modification, every moment new modification evolves and the previous modification gets extinct. Okay. This process goes on every moment. And this transformation from one modification to another modification, another to another, is called the process. Action. And the present state of the soul is the action. Okay. Next. In other words, the doer, the deed, and the action are all one and the same and are undisturbed. Abhinna. Abhinna means are all one, and there is a word used akhinna. Akhinna means undisturbed. No disturbance. Only you are enjoying the eternal bliss. You are realizing yourself. Okay. So at that point, there is no other thoughts coming up in your mind. Next point, eighth point, the last line. Pragati jaha drag gyan vrat e tini dha eke lasa. Lasa means shine. At this stage, right faith. So before I missed one line. This is the steady state of pure consciousness of serenity. Serenity means calmness, calm. You are experiencing yourself. Now, at that point, if you have any thoughts, it will disturb that serenity. If you do anything activity from speech, if you speak out, then also it is going to disturb that serenity. And if you do any action through body, that is also going to disturb your serenity. So when you are experiencing the serenity, you don't want anything to do. And this is called true meditation. Okay. Mind, speech, and body all become stationary because you are experiencing yourself. Okay. At this stage, right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct shine as absolute oneness. Okay. So this is the eighth point. Now, the next stanza, stanza number 10. At any place, if anything is not clear to you, you are always welcome to me, stop me in between and get your doubts clarified. Okay? Never mind. Now the stanza number 10. Suresh ji, would you be able to read the Hindi version? You can read the transliteration. It's given below in English.
So you need to unmute yourself.
Suresh ji, you unmute yourself.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Description of self-absorption conduct. Swarup Charan Charitra, pure consciousness of serenity, Sudapyog. The passionless, true ascetic is in pure consciousness of serenity.
I will read the Hindi version for you. Okay?
Okay.
परमाण नय निक्षेप को न उद्योत अनुभव में दिसे द्रग ज्ञान बल सुख में सदा नहीं आन भाव जो मोविके मैं साध्य साधक मैं अबाधक कर्म अर कर्म फल ते चिद पिंड चंड अखंड सुगुण करंड च्युत पुण्य फल ते. Now you read the English.
The passionless, true ascetic is in pure consciousness of serenity. At this time, there are no reflective thoughts, vikalp, on the comprehensive knowledge, praman, partial point of view, nai, an analysis of truth, nikshap. There is also no differentiation in the pure nature of the soul and its attributes. This is the nature of meditation at this stage. At this stage of meditation, the following reflective thoughts occur on the infinite perception, infinite knowledge, infinite bliss, and infinite power. I do not have any attachment or aversion. I am to be achieved, sadhya, and I am the achiever, sadhak. I am unrestrained, abhadak, from the karma and fruition of karma. I am the power of consciousness, glorious, indivisible, basket of excellent attributes and am devoid of any auspicious and inauspicious dispositions.
Very good. So you see, there are 4 lines in this stanza, and each line is 1 point. Okay. So we have point number 9, point number 10, point number 11, and point number 12 on each line. So the first line, परमाण नई निक्षेप को न उद्योत अनुभव में दिसे. Anubhav is the experience state, right? Self-realization stage. And at that point of time, there is no distinctions between praman, nai, and nikshep. What is this praman? Praman is comprehensive knowledge. Okay. When you are not highlighting something or when you are not ignoring something, that is called praman gyan. In praman gyan, comprehensive knowledge, all things are reflecting as a prominent one. Nothing is ignored. Okay. So the substance is reflecting, the attributes are reflecting, and the modification is also reflecting. You are looking at all the 3 things together is called comprehensive knowledge. Now, out of these 3, if you focus on only one and ignore the rest, then it becomes a point of view. So point of view is a part of comprehensive knowledge. Okay. So by applying this point of view, you are knowing each part of the whole substance. One time you are knowing the substance, one time you are knowing the modification, then different things at a point of time. Now, if you combine all these point of view, what you get is comprehensive knowledge. Okay. So there was an auditorium, there was a speaker, and there were audience. So a person with a video camera in his hand, he entered the hall. And at a glance, he saw that the speaker is speaking and the audience is listening. So this is called Praman Gyan. You are not highlighting anybody and you are not neglecting anybody. Everything is prominent at a glance. Okay. Now you are focusing your camera only on the speaker. Then it becomes a nai, point of view, because you are only focusing on the speaker. Then you move that camera and you capture the audience reaction. Now the speaker is out of the scenario, right? You are only focusing on the audience and you are looking at you're doing face reading, whether some are sleeping or some are listening with interest. So all this reaction will give you a judgment that what is the kind of speaker, you know. So this is again a point of view. Now again you come back to the original at a glance view. This is called comprehensive knowledge. So we have only 2 tools to know the 7 fundamentals, to know the soul, and these 2 tools are comprehensive knowledge and point of view. Sometimes we apply comprehensive knowledge and sometimes we apply point of view depending on your curiosity, what you want to know at that point of time. Okay. But when you want to realize yourself, you have to apply what? Point of view or comprehensive knowledge? Emali?
So none.
Pardon?
So none of them.
No, you have to apply the point of view.
So how?
Because you only want to know the soul.
Yeah.
From the whole substance, where there is a substance, there is attributes, there is modification. Now you want to realize yourself. So you should focus on your soul part only. You should ignore the modification part. Okay. You should ignore the different kinds of attributes that you have. Because if you focus on these different kinds of attributes, you will not be able to achieve that state of self-realization. Right? So false self-realization of your soul, you have to focus only on the soul. So you have to apply point of view. Okay. And when you are not applying point of view, the comprehensive knowledge continues. Okay. Now, if you want to see what are my flaws in my modification, how much purity I have developed and how much impurity is existing. Then you have to focus on the modification part. So this is again a point of view, or it's a comprehensive knowledge?
Comprehensive knowledge.
Huh?
Comprehensive knowledge.
No. Again, modification is a part.
Okay.
Modification is a part. You are ignoring the soul. You are ignoring the attributes. You are just focusing on the modification to check how much purity I have manifested and what is left over.
Okay.
This is again point of view, right? So we keep on applying sometimes point of view, sometimes comprehensive knowledge, right? But when we are not applying anything, it is always the comprehensive knowledge. And that is also called samyak gyan, the right knowledge. Comprehensive knowledge is the right knowledge. Okay. So you see, the passionless true ascetic is in pure consciousness of serenity. That is Swarupachran Charitra, Shuddhopyog, pure introspective meditation, and pure consciousness of serenity or self-absorption conduct. This is the same thing that we are discussing in every stanza. So now you are in the realization stage, right? At this time, there are no reflective thoughts, vikalp, on the comprehensive knowledge, number one, partial point of view, nahi, and analysis of truth, nikshep. So these three are there, but before the self-realization. But when you are realizing yourself, these three also are not a part of your focus. You're just focusing on the soul part only. You are ignoring the modification, you are ignoring the uh, nikshep, that is analysis of truth, you are ignoring the comprehensive knowledge. Okay.
Sir, I'm sorry to cut you, but when you asked me that question, that when you are, in your own self-absorption,
Right.
you said you need ne,
Right.
but I said no. But that is what's written, right? That you don't need.
So when you want to so now you are in comprehensive state, supposing, right? Now if you want to realize yourself, what would you apply? Because in comprehensive knowledge stage, you don't realize yourself. So
Yeah.
you have to apply point of view. Okay. Now after applying point of view, you have to get to the soul to realize yourself. So at that time, you are leaving the point of view also. But before that, to get into that stage, you have to use the point of view.
Okay.
Okay. And when you are into that realization mode, then everything goes away.
Yeah.
He has only experience. So your question was very good. Okay. Your question was very good. And there was some gap in my explanation. So you took it that way. Okay. So sorry for that.
I didn't understand. I didn't realize it's stage-wise.
Yeah. So, but your question was very valid question. And this is how you should understand. You should not let go anything. Whatever doubt comes in, you should ask. Because it remains. And then at some point of time, it becomes a cause of hindrance for your self-realization. Okay. So very good question. So what is this nikshep? Nikshep is analysis of truth. So this analysis of truth, we will read in detail in Tattvat Sutra, but I would say that this is a methodology of presentation. Okay. So Praman and Nay are the two tools, and then we have Nikshep for the presentation part, for the analysis of truth. Whatever working we do on the truth, that is through Nikshep. Okay. So these three are there before the self-realization. But when we are realizing the self, all these three goes away. Yeah.
So, what is the difference between Praman and Nikshep? Because Praman is comprehensive knowledge; it includes everything, and the truth is also inclusive of everything, right? Or is it?
This is analysis of truth.
Okay. It's not just the truth; it's
For the
analysis of truth.
realization, you have to analyze. So this analysis could be done in 4 ways: Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, Bhav. Substance, space, time, and Bhav is
Consciousness.
No, bhav is attributes actually. Bhav here means
Okay.
gun. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to look at it from four different angles. This is the analysis that we do. Okay.
Okay.
So there is also no differentiation in the pure nature of the soul and its attributes. Okay. So we finish the 9th point. This is the nature of meditation at this stage. Now we are moving on to the 10th point. At this stage of meditation, the following reflective thoughts occur. Now, what is this reflective thought? Is point number 10. Draga, Draga means darshan, Gyan, knowledge, Bal, Bal is power, and then we have Sukh. Okay, Sukh is bliss. So, Anant Chatushtay, darshan, Gyan, Bal, and Sukh. So, here the experiencing at this stage of meditation, the following reflective thoughts occur. I am the infinite perception, I am infinite knowledge, I am infinite bliss, and I am infinite power. Okay. So, of course, there is a very subtle difference between the stage of realization and the moment previous to that. Okay. So even if the monk meditates, it is not a continuous flow of meditation. In between, the thoughts come. And when the thoughts come, he is coming out of the 7th stage and he is into 6th stage now. 6th stage is the stage where you are experiencing the thoughts, you are not realizing yourself. So the monk keeps oscillating between 6th and the 7th stage, 7th and the 6th stage. Even while they are going for taking alms, in between they achieve this 7th stage and again come back to 6th stage. So this goes on a regular basis. Okay. Then the next point, I do not have any attachment or aversion. So this is the point number 10. Then 11th, मैं साध्य साधक मैं अबाधक कर्म और कर्म फलते. I am to be achieved. Sadhya. Sadhya means your goal, day, what you want to achieve. Okay. I am to be achieved. So what is to be achieved is sadhya. And I am the achiever. That is sadhak. Okay. So these two things also becomes, there is no distinctions between sadhya, sadhak. I am unrestrained. Unrestrained means abhadak. There is nothing that can restrain me from my self-realization. So I am unrestrained. So there are many forces in this universe, but none of the force can prevent me from experiencing myself. If I put in the right efforts, there is no karma come in between, no external substance can come in between for my realization. It's a totally independent activity that is being done by us, and here works our effort. And that's why so much of preaching is being given, that you realize yourself. You have the potential to realize yourself. There is nothing coming in between you and your experience. Okay. So I am unrestrained from the karma and the fruition of karma. So karma and the fruition of karma cannot prevent me from my self-realization. The next point, 12th point. Chid pind chand akhand sugun karand Chut punya falte. So Chit Pind is mass of consciousness. Chand is glorious. Akhand is undivided. Sugun Karand, basket of excellent qualities. Karand is a basket and Sugun is all good qualities, excellent qualities. Okay. Chut is devoid of punya falte, of all sins and body. So now the 12th point, I am the power of consciousness. Okay. Chit Pind. So I am the mass of consciousness or power of consciousness. Then Chand is glorious. beautiful. Then akhand, indivisible. Then sugunkaran, basket of excellent attributes. And am devoid of any auspicious and inauspicious dispositions. Okay. So you see, you are elevating yourself to such a stage that the realization has to happen. Okay. So we have to also do such efforts that we fully concentrate on one objective, that I want to experience myself. I want to experience myself. I'm not going to settle with anything less, you know. So, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, during the time of independence, he made a comment that uh, I'm first saying in Hindi, Swatantrata, uh,
हमारा जन्म सिद्ध
हाँ,
अधिकार है,
स्वतंत्र हमारा जन्मसिद्ध अधिकार है, मैं उसे लेकर
लेकर
रहूंगा.
ही रहूंगा.
हाँ. So that was one statement. And then Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose said, "Give me blood, I will give you freedom." And then one more was there. Similarly, our acharyas are saying us that I am the power of consciousness, glorious, indivisible, basket of external attributes, and I'm devoid of any auspicious and inauspicious disposition. So if I am such thing, then nobody can come in between and the self. Okay, मैं लेकर रहूंगा, so I will also experience myself. This is the commitment that we make with ourselves, that we have got this Jinvani, we have developed an interest to go through these studies, and now self experience is not very far. It's going to come on its own at the right time, but my efforts will be of top notch. I'm not going to compromise anywhere. Okay, I'm going to grab this opportunity with both hands. Now, the stanza number 11, there are two points here, 13th and 14th. So the 13th is, yeah.
In Nikshep, there are four Nikshep, na? Naam, Sthapna, Dravya, Bhav.
Sorry. Naam, Sthapna, Dravya, Bhav. I said Dravya, Shakra, Kal, Bhav, right? Thank you. Last time also I made a mistake, right? Last time I think you corrected me. So Naam, Sthapna, Dravya and Bhav, no?
Sir.
Yeah, Dravya and Bhav. Okay. I will share a chart, okay, with example for this Nikshep from Tattva Sutra. You can make out from that. So what is this 11th stanza? Okay, 13th point is Akhat jo anand leo. Akhat means inexpressible. The kind of external bliss that I am experiencing, that is inexpressible. I cannot tell in words what kind of experience I'm going through. This is the 13th point. And then the third line, Chaugati Vidhi Kanandayo. So Chaugati means all four obscuring karmas I have destroyed. That is the 14th point. So basically this is the fruit of getting into meditation. What is the fruit? You are destroying the four obscuring karmas. Okay. And you are experiencing the eternal bliss, which is inexpressible. So this is the fruits of meditation. So now stanza number 11, and Roshni, you read.
Sir, I won't be able to read the Hindi part. Should I read the translation?
Okay, then I will read for you. Or Somya,
Okay.
Somya, you read.
चिंते निज में थिर भये तिने अकथ जो आनंद लयो सो इंद्र नागिन नरेंद्र पा महेंद्र को नाही कयो तभी सुकल ध्यानाग्नि करी चौ घाति विधि कानन दयो सबे लखो केवल ज्ञान करि भविलो के को शिव मग कयो.
The passionless true ascetic is in the pure consciousness of serenity, and at that time he is engrossed in the true nature of the self. At this time, the bliss he endures is unique and has never been experienced by even the king of heaven, Indra, king of mansion-dwelling celestial heavenly beings, Nagendra, monarch of area of Bharat or Airavat, Chakravarti, and non-graded celestial heavenly beings, Ahamendra, Kalpatik Dev. In this type of pure conduct, the soul is engrossed in the true nature and enters into the genuine concentration or Shukla Dhyan and burns away all his destructive karma. Now he achieves omniscience. In the omniscient knowledge, he can clearly perceive every substance of the three worlds and their modes of three times of past, present, and future. He now reveals the path to the living beings that are capable of liberation. Bhavya
So the passionless true ascetics is in the pure consciousness of serenity. Again, is in the self-realization stage. And at that time, he is engrossed in the true nature of the self. Okay. So this is the discussion is still continuing. And at this time, the bliss he endures, he realizes, he experiences is unique and has never been experienced by even the king of heaven, Indra, king of mansion-dwelling celestial heavenly beings, Nagendra. So Bhavanvasi Dev, this is called Bhavanvasi Dev. The king of the Bhavanvasi Dev is called Nagendra. Then monarch of area of Bharat or Eravat is called Chakravarti. So the king of human life is Chakravarti. And non-graded celestial beings, heavenly beings, okay? These are called Ahamendra Kalpatit Dev. So I think Ahamendras are of two types. Uh, one is what? Kalpopan and Kalpatit. So this is Kalpatit Dev being Ahamendra. Okay. So this kind of realization of the eternal bliss, and this has never been experienced by even the this has never been experienced by even the king of heaven. That is true. But the main part is you yourself have never experienced this. You cannot explain this eternal bliss that you are enjoying. It is inexpressible. It can be only realized or experienced only. Okay. You cannot put words to that feeling. So it's a kind something that you have to experience as a feeling. Okay. In this type of pure conduct, the soul is engrossed in the true nature and enters into the genuine concentration, that is Sukla Dhyan. Okay. So this Sukla Dhyan starts from the 8th stage of spiritual development. Okay. So there are 4 different parts of Sukla Dhyan. The first part continues from 8th to 11th stage of spiritual development. Then the second part is in the 12th stage. Then the third part is in the 13th stage. And the fourth part is in the 14th stage. So this is Sukla Dhyan, called genuine concentration. Okay. So in this type of pure conduct, the soul is engrossed in the true nature and enters into the genuine concentration. So as he enters into this phase of genuine concentration, the spiritual development goes on improving, and you move on from 8th stage to 9th, 9th to 10th, and then 10th to 12th and 13th. So 13th is the stage where you have burned away all the 4 destructive karmas. Okay, all the 4 destructive karmas: Jnanavarana, Darshanavarana, Mohniya, and Antray. Knowledge obscuring, perception obscuring, deluding karma, and obstructive karmas. Okay, antray karma. So these 4 you have destroyed, and as a result, you have manifested omniscience knowledge. Okay, and burns away all his destructive karma. Okay, now he achieves omniscience. In the omniscient knowledge, he can clearly perceive every substance of these 3 worlds and their modes of 3 times past, present, and future. So there is nothing that is not a part of knowledge of omniscience knowledge. Okay, he knows everything simultaneously in one moment. He now reveals the path to the living beings that are capable of liberation. So after manifestation of omniscience, this divine sound, Divya Dhvani, that also emanates from the Tirthankar, and he now reveals the path to the living beings that are capable of liberation. Okay, and this is how the journey of passing the knowledge has been ongoing since time immemorial. Okay, it was not that previously the path of liberation was not there and somewhere down the line it started. No, the path of liberation is there, the soul is there from time immemorial, the karmas are there from time immemorial. So all things are existing since beginningless time. Okay, now the next.
Just a minute. Is
Yeah.
it the 12th stage or what? Because after 11th stage also we fall down.
Yes, up to 11th stage, there is a chance that you can fall down. But once you enter the 12th stage,
12.
then you
Acha.
won't fall down. So 12th
Right.
stage is the stage where you are manifesting complete passionless.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
the 13th
Yeah.
stage. So first of all, the monia goes away in the 12th stage. So Darshan Moh has already gone between 4th and 7th. Charitra Moh, that is conduct deluding karma, goes away in the 12th stage. And within 48 minutes, the other 3 obscuring karmas also gets destroyed completely and omniscience knowledge is manifested.
Sorry. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
I also had a question.
Yeah.
So you said that this genuine concentration or Shukla Dhyan, it starts on the 8th stage.
Yes.
But some monks are in the 7th stage, and we read earlier that when they are doing Samaik scriptures, Pratikaman, so you said it is practical Pratikaman. They don't do the,
Yeah.
no, she had asked you.
Practical pratikaman is again that pure introspective meditation.
So, sir, that is not Shukla Dhyan.
No, Sukla Dhyan, that is also meditation, but this is at a higher level. You know, 8th stage is the stage where you are getting into that ladder. So these ladders are of 2 types. One is 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th, which is called Sapak Shreni, destructional ladder. Okay. The other one is 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, which is a ladder of subsidence. So you have not completely eliminated the karma, but you have just subsidized it. So when you have subsidized it, it can again rise, you know. It has not entirely been eliminated. Okay, so then you fall back again from 11th, you fall back, and then again you climb to that destructional ladder, and then you go smoothly towards 12th, and then you don't come back.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So at 7th stage is also deep introspective meditation. Even at the 5th stage also there is a deep introspective meditation. Even at the 4th stage also it is a deep introspective meditation. But frequency in the 4th is very less. 5th is a little bit higher. Then 6th, 7th stage it is more higher.
So, sir, this Shukla Dhyan is when the deer and everybody think it's a rock, is it?
Pardon?
So, this Shukla Dhyan, the 8th stage, is when the deer and the animals think it's a rock and they come.
Yeah. So they are fully concentrate on that. Even it can happen in the 7th stage also. It is not something that happens only in 8th. It can happen on the 7th also, but it happens with the monk only. Monk have that kind of concentration. Okay, very good. Any other questions? You want to ask something, Amitaji?
Yes, please. So, well, we are talking about two things, right? The intensity and the time, right? How long they stay in that
Yes.
dhyan, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So description of liberated souls, that is the 12th stanza. The last of the 15 point is coming up here in the first line. So the seeker has already destroyed the 4 obstructive karmas. Okay. Now the 4 non-obstructive karmas will also be destroyed and he will attain liberated state. That is what it's being explained here. And that is the end of the deep introspective meditation, the discussion on that. So these 15 points you have to summarize in the concept clarity paper 2. Okay, this is your homework for concept clarity paper 2 and this starts from today. So today is 11th. So you will get 21 days time and this month is of 31st, right? So 19, 20, 21. So 1st of June. Okay. So just make a note, Hemali, you float it in the group that up to 1st June CC2, you have to write only on deep introspective meditation, stanza number 7th to 12th. Okay. So this you should write. Okay. So descriptions of liberated soul. Amitaji, you would read?
Okay, Jai Janandra. Unighati shesha aghati vidhi china mahi ashtam bhubase vasu karma vinase suguna vasu samyaktva adik sabalase संसार खार अपार पारा वार तरी तिरही गए अविकार अकल अरूप शुचि ध्रुप अविनाशी भय. The soul has reached the omniscient stage. In this stage, impurities of any of the modes of the attributes are purified, and as a result, the remaining non-destructive karma go away by themselves. The omniscient Lord enters into the stage of total purity of the soul. This is the state of liberation, and the pure soul goes to the abode of Siddha and resides there forever. As a result of destruction of 8 karma, in the state of liberation, the soul has manifestation of 8 excellent attributes. The attributes are perfect knowledge, Keval Jnana, perfect perception, Keval Darshan, infinite power, Anant Virya, infinite bliss, Anant Anand, uninterruption, Avyabad, extreme fineness, Shukshmatva, accommodative attribute, Avgahanatva, and not too heavy, not too light attribute, Aguru Lagutva. These 8 attributes are from conventional point of view. From absolute point of view, all the infinite attributes are now manifested in the pure form in the liberated state of Siddha. The liberated soul has reached the final shore after crossing the limitless ocean of transmigration and unhappiness. This soul is now totally passionless, nirvikari, bodiless, formless, arupi, pure, sentient, chidrup, and immortal, avinashi.
So you could see the picture that soul got liberated from this stage. So when he gets liberated, because of his nature is such that to go up, so he straightway goes up from where he was meditating. Okay. So this meditation is either in the lotus pose or in the standing pose. Okay. So these two are the poses. So whatever pose and whatever place is there, he goes straightway into the liberated state from there only. Okay. So the soul has reached the omniscient stage that we discussed in the last stanza. Now, coming on to this stage, in this stage, impurities of any of the modes of the attributes are purified. And as a result, the remaining non-destructive karma or non-obscuring karma. So there are 4 non-obscuring karma. Which are these? Lifespan determining karma, that is Ayu karma. Then we have Nam karma, physic forming karma. Then we have Gotra karma. Gotra karma is status determining karma. And then we have Vedniya karma. Okay. Vedniya karma is feeling producing karma. So these 4 karmas are also getting destroyed. So what we have is, so these attributes are mentioned here. I'm coming to that. The omniscient Lord enters into the stage of total purity of the soul. So now all the attributes have completely manifested as a pure. This is the state of liberation, and the pure soul goes to the abode of Siddha and resides there forever. Okay. As a result of destruction of 8 karmas in the state of liberation, the soul has manifestation of 8 excellent attributes. Okay. So the attributes are perfect knowledge. So Keval Gyan. So what he has destroyed? Knowledge obscuring karma. So he has destroyed completely knowledge obscuring karma. So he has manifested perfect knowledge. Perception obscuring karma. So he has manifested perfect perception. Then Anant Virya, infinite power he has manifested. So what he has destroyed? The Antarai karma. Okay, obstructive karma. Then infinite bliss. So he has destroyed the deluding karma. So that is infinite bliss. Then uninterruption, avyabad. So I think this both are same, no? Anand and avyabad both doesn't, it means the same. I think there is some mistake. Let me check.
These two are different, sir. Avyabad gun manifest due to destruction of aghati karma. I think Nam karma.
No, Nam karma is sukshamatva, extreme fineness. Ayu karma is accommodative attribute. Okay. And Gotra karma is aguru lagutva. Then what we are left is
Ayu.
I think Vedniya is left over, right? Ayu is accommodative attribute. Okay. So we are left with Vedniya. So the destruction of feeling producing karma yields this avyabad. Uninterruption. Okay. Avyabad. This is also bliss. Avyabad sukh. I will check that. Yeah. What's happening? Okay. So these 8 attributes are being manifested for obscuring karma and for non-obscuring karma. All
Sir,
8.
it is given, sir, Vedani, in absence of Vedani, Avyabhadatva manifests. Ayu, Avgahanatva for Ayu, Sukshmatva for Nam, and Aguru Lagutva for Gotra, sir.
So all were correct. Only thing is that the monia ke against में what it is? Infinite bliss, right?
Yes, sir. वो अनंत सुख या क्षायिक सम्यक वो.
Okay, fine. So then Saik Samyakta is a better word here. Because these both are same thing. No, Anand here is Avyabad Sukh. And this is Anand also. So I think infinite Samyaktva, right?
Yes, sir. क्षायिक सम्यक.
Saik Samyak, sorry. Saik Samyaktva, right. Okay, thank you. So these 8 are manifested. And these 8 attributes are from conventional point of view. From real point of view, 1 minute. From real point of view or absolute point of view, all the infinite attributes are now manifested in the pure form in the liberated state of Siddha. So, one more statistics I would like to share, which is going to again give you any questions? Okay. So, I would like to share one information which will immediately bring happiness to you, is that out of the infinite, out of the infinite attributes, 99.999999999% attributes are manifesting pure across all the souls. Okay, only few attributes have the tendency to manifest in the opposite way. Okay, and these are 21 attributes. We have names of those 21 attributes. Out of these 21 attributes, only 3 are main. Now, what 3 are main? Right belief, right knowledge, and right conduct. Out of these 3, right belief is the most important. So once you manifest right belief, all other attributes also turns right. Okay. So only this 21, apart from these 21 attributes, all other attributes are manifesting 100% pure of every soul, whether it is a hellish being or it is a Nigodya Jeev. All are manifesting 100% pure except those 21 attributes. So such a nice set of information that even at this stage, 99.99% attributes of our is manifesting completely pure. Okay. So this further glorifies our own nature. So the liberated soul has reached the final shore after crossing the limitless ocean of transmigration and unhappiness. Okay. So now he will never come back to this universe and suffer from transmigration and unhappiness. This soul is now totally passionless, bodiless, ashariri, formless, arupi, pure, sentient, chidrup, full of consciousness, and immortal, avinashi. Okay. So these are the additional benefits, additional attributes that we can look at. The next. Any questions on this? You can ask right now.
So what is this 0.1%? What are you saying? Actually, 99.999%.
Out of
Which
infinite
category is this?
attributes, out of infinite attributes, 99.999 are manifesting in the pure state only.
Of which being?
Each and every being, each and every soul.
I said, so 0.1% only we are wrong, you mean to say?
Yes.
And that's why 84 lakh the Jiva Yoni.
Yes. So because of that minor point only, we are suffering in these transmigrations. Life and death, life and death, life and death. Okay. So you should feel elevated that, oh, 99.99 are manifesting pure. And out of the 21, I have just given you responsibility only one, right belief. Once the right belief changes, everything else changes. And in due course, it gets to its completion and you are experiencing all the attributes in its pure form. Okay. Such a simple thing.
Looks simple only.
Yes, it is simple only. Only because of our extra intellect, we have made it difficult. You know how a cat can manifest right belief, how a lion can manifest right belief, how an elephant can manifest right belief. They don't know the language. They don't know the 7 fundamentals name. If it had not been that simple, how they could have manifested? And you know, all these beings, because they don't have anything for possession, like lion never plans that what I will eat tomorrow, what I will eat day for tomorrow. They never plan. Okay. So they are very simple, and once they manifest right belief, they immediately achieve the 5th stage of spiritual development, which is very difficult in a human state, you know, because we have all kinds of possessions, and it's difficult to get out of those. But they are very simple. They don't have any kind of possession. So they, once they find out that they are soul, pure soul, then they start uh, getting immersed in that, engrossed in that, and the frequency of self-relation increases, and they reach the 5th stage of spiritual development. So easy.
Right.
Hmm.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Yeah.
Sir, these 21 attributes that are impure, where would I find that list?
I had this with me. After much difficulty, I found out these 21 attributes, and I don't know, I somehow lost it in my mobile somewhere. But I will again get it back and I will share with you.
Thank you. Is there a name in Gujarati for that?
Yeah, it's in Gujarati only.
But what is it called?
I will not remember the name of that.
Okay, sorry.
I will share. It's in Gujarati only, and it is written in a certain temple, and somebody had taken a photo from that temple, and he had shared with me, and then I don't know where I lost it. I'm not getting it again, but I will find it out.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So this is again an estimate, the 21, because 21 names have come. So we actually it is all in the omniscience knowledge that how many are left over, but it's very minuscule. Okay, so stanza number 13 now. Okay. Himali.
Description of liberated souls, Siddha, continue. जिन माही लोक आलोक गुण पर्यय प्रतिबिंब बिंबित भय रहिए अनंत अनंत काल जथा तथा शिव परिणय दिन धन धन्य है जे जीव नर भव पाय यह कारज किया तिन्हि अनादि ब्रह्मण्य पंच प्रकार तजी वर सुख लिया. Because of the presence of the omniscient knowledge, the substances from cosmic and transcosmic space are reflected in the liberated souls. All the substances are manifested with their infinite attributes and the modes of all 3 times of past, present, and future. The liberated soul will stay in the abode of the Siddha and their liberated state for time infinite. The living beings that obtained human life and with their limitless personal efforts finally achieve pure consciousness state are worthy of praise. They have discarded the infinite misery of transmigratory wanderings of 5 cycles of change, Panch Paravartan, and have obtained the infinite bliss of liberation.
So you see, this is the description of a liberated soul. So once you get liberated, what is the stage that you go through? Because of the presence of omniscient knowledge, the substances from cosmic and transcosmic space are reflected in the liberated soul. Okay. Cosmic and transcosmic. Lokakash and Alokakash? Soumya, this is what they mean? Let me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lok or alok.
Okay, lokalok. Okay. ठीक है. So these are reflected in the liberated soul. All the substances are manifested with their infinite attributes and the modes of all three times of past, present, and future. Okay. The liberated soul will stay in the abode of Siddha in their liberated state for time infinite, no end. So, soul never dies, soul never gets born. Okay. Now you have two choices. Either you keep on transmigrating in the four states of existence and keep on experiencing pain, sorrow, sufferings, and the other part is that you get liberated. Both are going to be remain there since time infinite. Either you are transmigrating in the ocean of this world or you are getting liberated. Okay. So what you would like to choose? And depending on the choice that you make, your efforts will be like that. Okay. So like in a school, in a class, like somebody is who aiming to get 95%, he will put efforts according to that. And somebody just wants to get passed. So he will be very casual in his approach. Okay. So similarly, so we have two choices. Either we keep on transmigrating and eat, drink, and marry, enjoy this five senses, sensual pleasures, and complete our time. The other part is utilize that same time for our spiritual upliftment and get liberated. Okay. There is a very good story about this. There was a country where the rule was as such that a person was selected to rule the kingdom for 5 years. And in these 5 years, he was independent of doing whatever he feels like. And at the end of 5 years, people will gather and take him to a forest which was very nearby. And whoever has gone in that forest, nobody returned back. Okay. So for 5 years, he will enjoy very much. But then he has to go to that forest and there were wild animals over there, lion, tiger, and etc. etc. So nobody returned from there. So one person, uh, so the person who is chosen is not happy. Although from outside he may smile and he will feel elated that I will be ruling the kingdom for 5 years, but inside he has worry. He is worried that my life is now only 5 years left. So one time one of person was selected and he became the king for 5 years. And while he became a king, what he did, because since he was a king, he built a palace over there, very modern, ultra modern palace with all the facilities and luxuries that you can think of. And after 5 years, people gathered to take him to that forest, and they found that this fellow is not at all worried. On the contrary, he was very happy. And when they went there and saw there was a very elegant palace at that place. So this person intelligently used his 5 years to build up that palace. Similarly, we have got this human birth, very rare, okay? And we have also choices, what we want to do. Now, if we utilize this human birth for manifesting right belief, right knowledge, and right conduct, we will get liberated in few births, maybe 2 to 4 births, okay? Just to clear off our backlog of karmic bondage. And the other option is if we lose on this opportunity and we keep engaging ourselves in sensual pleasures and waste time in other activities which are not fruitful for us, we will miss this opportunity. Okay. So the liberated soul will stay in the abode of Siddha in their liberated state for time infinite. the living beings that obtained human life and with their limitless personal efforts finally achieve pure consciousness state are worthy of praise. So if you do such activity, you are worthy of praise. They have discarded the infinite misery of transmigratory wanderings of 5 cycle of change. Now this is called Panch Paravartan. Dravya, Kshetra, Kal, Bhav and Bhav. Okay. So these are the 5 paravartans, and second one is greater than the first one. Third one is greater than the second one. So it goes on. And we have done this 5 cycle of change not once, but infinite times. Because soul is since time immemorial, and these wanderings have been happening. So now if we want to stop this cycle of Panch Paravartan, we have to manifest these 3 gems and get liberated. So they have discarded the infinite misery of transmigrative wanderings of 5 cycle of change, Panch Paravartan, and have obtained the infinite bliss of liberation. Okay, and have obtained the infinite bliss of liberation. So now the picture ends. In our every story of Pratman Yog, the the protagonist always gets liberated, and there the story ends. Okay, so there are till 2 verses more left, so we will move on to the 14th one. So now they are showing us the fruits of the triple gem Ratnatray that I just discussed now, that this life is for this Ratnatray, nothing else. Okay, so what about the commitments that we made while we were ignorant? So don't worry about that. That commitments, there will be no disturbance in those commitments. You can balance the both. You have to learn balancing the both, right? So with little bit of practice, you can balance the both and you will have a very blissful life all the time. A stage will come where whatever you do, you will enjoy. Okay, this will happen with practice. So even if you are put in a pit where there is no chance of survival, still you will enjoy those moments. You know, this is the result of the efforts that we put in, the practice that we do it. Okay, so it's all very simple because it is our nature. So fruits of the triple gem Ratnatraya of right faith, knowledge and conduct, stanza number 14. And I think Madhuji, you will read. Otherwise,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Stanza 14. Roots of the triple gem, Ratnatraya, of right faith, knowledge, and conduct. मुख्योपचार दू भेद यूं बड़ भाग रत्न त्रय धरे अरु धरेंगे ति शिव लहे तिन सूजस जल जल मल हरे. I'm not getting the tunes.
No problem. It's quite good.
इमी जानी आलस हानि साहस ठानी यह सिख आदरो जब लो न रोग जरा ग्रहे तब लो झटित निज हित करो. The most fortunate persons practice course of the triple gem of right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct from absolute and conventional point of view. These souls will definitely achieve salvation. The waters of auspicious glory of these souls will wash away the debris of transmigratory sufferings. Therefore, one should give up his idleness and gather all the courage, respect advice, putting all these personal efforts in accepting the spiritual well-being of the self. One should work on this noble path before old age or disease strike up on him.
So Pandit Daulat Ramji is warning us that before you get into old age or disease catching you up, you do this work. Okay, what work? The manifestation of the three gems. Okay, the most fortunate person practice course of the triple gem of right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. So this Parmagam honors course is the practice course for these three gems from absolute and conventional point of view. Okay. So there is one real point of view, there is one conventional point of view. So what is these three gems from the real point of view and what is these three gems from the conventional point of view? Any answers? Himali, you try. Yes.
So from the absolute point of view, it is right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct.
Right. And from the conventional point of view, what it is, Somya? Vyavhar Ratnatraya. What is this Vyavhar Ratnatraya?
Sir, that is also same, sir. Right knowledge, right.
Dev Shastra Guru.
Sir, okay. Sir, that is one definition of the right faith or right belief itself, na? Sir, right belief is Dev Shastra Guru ka sacha Shraddhan in conventional point of view. And in absolute point of view, or it is Atmanubhuti or the belief of the self. Or
right.
Yeah.
So what is this Vyavhar Ratnatraya?
Sir, yeah. So, sir, Vyavhar Ratnatraya will also have three things: right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. Out of this, right faith will include सात तत्वों का सच्चा श्रद्धान and देवशास गुरु का सच्चा श्रद्धान. Right knowledge will include सात तत्वों का श्रद्धान, सात तत्वों का ज्ञान और श्रुत का ज्ञान. And right conduct will include 28 मूल गुणों का पालन और like that. Shravak Dharma and Muni Dharma.
Vyavhar Ratnatraya is Satya Devguru Shastra only.
Sir, Vyavhar Samyak Darshan is Devshas Guru, na?
Vyavhar Samyak Darshan is also like that. And सात तत्वों की भेद रूप श्रद्धा को भी व्यवहार सम्यक दर्शन कहते हैं, right? भेद रूप श्रद्धा. So that is also there, but I have read somewhere this Vyavhar Ratnatraya is Satya Dev Shastra Guru, but I will just check it once more, and you can also check at your end what it is. But in Daulat Ramji, I think Swamiji's pravachans are there on this 6th Dala. I will check it that. Okay. So the most fortunate person practice course of the triple gem of right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct from the absolute and conventional point of view. Both. Okay. These souls will definitely achieve salvation. Okay. When you have these three gems from the real point of view, you will definitely achieve salvation. The waters of auspicious glory of these souls will wash away the debris of transmigratory sufferings. Okay. Therefore, one should give up his idleness and gather all the courage. Idleness means procrastination, alas. Okay. Pramad. And gather all the courage, respect, advice, putting all his personal effort in accepting the spiritual well-being of the self. One should work on this noble path before old age or disease strike up on him. Imi jani alas hani. Alas means idleness or procrastination. Sahas tani, gather strength. Okay, gather courage. Yah sikh. Sikh is the respect advice. Sikh adro. Adro means you take these preachings in high spirit. Respect advice. Jablo na rog jara grahe. Rog is disease, jara is old age, and then tablo jatit. Jatit means quickly. Jatit means jaldi, shigra. Okay. Tablo jatit nijit karo. So before the old age catches up with you, before some terminal disease catches up with you, you quickly manifest this 3 gems. That is what Pandit Daulat Ramji has to say here. Okay, now the 15th stanza.
Sir, I have a doubt. What is the real point of view? And I could not hear it actually. Real point of view and conventional point of view.
So here it says the most fortunate person practice course of the triple gem. What is this triple gem? Right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct from both point of view, absolute point of view and conventional point of view. Okay. So I think Soumya, what you said is quite correct because this is what it means here, but I will again clarify. So from absolute point of view is real point of view, निश्चय से और व्यवहार से रत्नत्रय को साधो. Okay. What is this Ratnatraya? So from real point of view is right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. And
Yes.
conventional point of view. So conventional point of view. So I still have doubt. Again, so conventional point of view, you can include Dev Shastra Guru or uh, right faith from the conventional point of view is having faith on the true God, true scriptures, and true monk. And right knowledge from the conventional point of view would be reading the
Scriptures.
Yeah, reading the right scriptures. Okay.
Right.
And right
Yeah.
conduct would be the conduct of this monk, 28 Mool Guns. So that will be, but I'll just clarify it. Okay. Because I have many a times read that Vyavhar Ratnatraya is Dev Shastra Guru. These souls will definitely achieve salvation. So if you apply both this point of view in gems and practice it again and again, you will get liberated. That is salvation. The waters of auspicious glory of these souls will wash away the debris of transmigratory sufferings.
Yeah, I got it. Latter part. Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Any questions? So we are moving on to the last stanza. Soumya, you read. What should be our duty?
Our obligation, हमारा कर्तव्य. एह राग आग दहै सदा ताते समामृत से ये चिर भजै विषय कषाय अब तो त्यागी निज पद बेये कहा रचो पर पद मैं न तेरो पद यह क्यों दुख सहे अब दौल हो सुखी सुपद रचि दाव मत चूको यह. The fire of delusion and ignorance is burning the living being since time infinite. Only the nectar of equanimity of the absolute triple gem of right faith, knowledge, and conduct will cool it. The living being has suffered immensely in the past due to his indulgence in passions and sensual pleasures. Now is the time to discard them and obtain pure happiness from realizing the true nature of the self. Why suffer endlessly by seeking happiness in alien substances? Alien substances are separate from the true nature of the self. They are the reason for unhappiness. That is why, O Daulatram, be happy by engrossing in the true nature of the self. Do not miss this golden opportunity. One has to understand that living being is suffering forever due to the fire of wrong belief and deluded state. He must perform personal efforts in right direction and can then become happy. Karma are non-living material things and cannot affect the conscious soul in any manner. Likewise, no other substances can give the living being any happiness or unhappiness. So, rather than blaming karma or alien substances, one should look within to obtain the everlasting happiness.
So the fire of delusion and ignorance is burning the living beings since time infinite. All the living beings of this universe are under the influence of delusion and ignorance, right? And because of them, they are burning. Rag ag dahe sada. So this rag, this attachment, is burning the peace of all the souls in this universe. Only the nectar of equanimity of the absolute triple gem. So what is this nectar of equanimity? What is this? Hemali?
So, like we studied in the last class, it means that you remain, you don't react to anything, whether it is hot, cold, whether it is friend, foe. So,
Okay. So this is nectar of equanimity is the eternal bliss.
eternal bliss,
So
yeah.
when you are not reacting, means you are in the passionless state, and you are passionless state, then the bliss is also along with that. Okay. So this is that state. Only the nectar of equanimity of the absolute triple gem of right faith, knowledge, and conduct will cool it. What it will cool? It will cool it. It means the delusion and ignorance. Okay. So that is the first thing that we have to do. We have to get rid of the delusion first. Okay. So once the delusion goes away, all things will go gradually. The living being has suffered immensely in the past due to his indulgence in passions and sensual pleasures. And the chief cause was delusion. Because of delusion, he thought that there is happiness in sensual pleasures. But actually, it is not there. Okay. Now is the time to discard them and obtain pure happiness from realizing the true nature of the self. Okay. Now is the time to discard them. To discard them means indulgence in passions and sensual pleasures. We have been doing that since time immemorial. And obtain pure happiness from revealing the true nature of the self. Why suffer endlessly by seeking happiness in alien substances when there is no happiness at all in any alien substances? Alien substances are separate from the true nature of the self. They are the reason for unhappiness. That is why, O Daulat Ram, be happy by engrossing in the true nature of the self, by immersing in the true nature of the self. Do not miss this golden opportunity. One has to understand that the living being is suffering forever due to the fire of wrong belief and deluded state. He must perform personal efforts in right direction and can then become happy. Okay. So efforts are in our hand and the direction will come from Dev Shastra Guru, true gods, true scriptures and true monks. They will give us the right direction and the efforts we have to put in. Karma are non-living material things and cannot affect the consciousness soul in any manner. Okay. He must, okay. Karma are non-living material things and cannot affect the conscious soul in any manner. Likewise, no other substance can give the living being any happiness or unhappiness. So rather than blaming karma or alien substance, one should look within to obtain the everlasting happiness. Kaha racho par pad mein, where you are engaging your active consciousness, you are engaging in non-self substances, which is not going to yield you any benefit of any type, anytime. Okay? Na tero pad hai. This is not the post that you should indulge in. This is not the place that you should indulge in. क्यों दुख है? Why are you suffering by indulging in such activities? अब दौल हो सुखी, सुपद रची, दाव मती चुको ये. Don't lose this golden opportunity. Okay? So, you will become happy if you look within and you will realize, experience everlasting happiness. Now, one last stanza. This is showing us the description when this particular scriptures was written by Pandit Daulat Ramji, and he was so humble that he says that if I may have made any mistakes, then intelligent persons would correct it. Last, any questions on the last stanza, 15th one? Then we proceed to the last. This is not the part of the stanza, but again, this is the reflection of author. Okay, so the last one I am reading only. Ik नव वसु ik वर्ष की, तीज सुकल वैसाख, कहो कहियो तत्व उपदेश यह, लखी बुध जन की भाख, लघुदी तथा प्रमाद ते, शब्द अर्थ की भूल, सुधी सुधारी पढ़ो सदा, जो पावो भवकूल. So Pandit Daulat Ramji wrote the scripture on the basis of Pandit Buddh Janji's similar work of six dala. So there have been many six dalas previously also, previous to Pandit Daulat Ramji, and this was Pandit Daulat Ramji wrote on the basis of Pandit Buddh Janji's six dala. So I think Pandit Buddh Janji wrote in 1802 Common Era, and Pandit Daulat Ramji wrote it in 11th of May 1834. So we are just 190 years away. Okay, 190 years before Pandit Daulat Ramji has written this Chhe Dala. 11th of May 1834 Common Era. Okay. So in Hindi it is Vikram Samvat 1859 in the month of Vaishak on third day of bright half of moon. I completed the work on Vikram Samvat 1891 in the month of Vaishak on the bright moon of third day Akshay Tritiya. Okay. So, so this is the day when it was completed. So it may have begun maybe 2 months, 6 months, I don't know. In those times, there was no chat GPT, no computer, nothing. So obviously it would have taken some good amount of time. With my limited knowledge and with carelessness, okay, if I may have made any mistake in the words or the meaning, then the intelligent persons should correct them. Main idea of this scripture is that people can end their transmigratory sufferings. So with such compassionate mind, Pandit Daulat Ramji took time and effort to write this Chedala Granth, which is in itself a complete scripture. You know, as you have seen, it has shown us our journey from the one state, one sensed being to getting liberated. The whole journey of this transmigration have been explained in this small scripture of Chedala. And it truly justifies its name of गागर में सागर भर दिया. So gagar is a very small pot, earthen pot, and in that you are filling up the total waters of the ocean. So which is very difficult, but Daulat Ramji has done this effort and he has been quite successful at that. Okay, so this is all we have. We have still, I think, 20 minutes to go. So if you have any questions, we can take up. Otherwise, I will discuss something on the homework that is coming up. One homework that I've already given you is about CC2. Okay, so you have to write on pure introspective meditation. Pure consciousness of serenity, Shuddhopyog. Okay, so that is one discussion. That is one thing that you have to complete. The second homework is about Viva. So I'm going to ask you one question, one to one, from first to dal one question, from next to dal one question, and from fifth and sixth dal one question. Okay, that will be a open-ended question. Open-ended question means open book question. You can refer the book and answer. But if you have not read it thoroughly, you will not find the answer immediately. Okay, because you have to cover two dals. So unless and until you have read it quite often, you will not be able to find the answer. So you read 2-3 times at least, understand each and every stanza clearly. If you have any doubts, questions, you can ask me. And then we will do it one to one. So we are, I think, 12 students in all. So maybe one day at a time, we can connect any point of day convenient to both of us. Okay, and we can finish this. So today I'm giving you homework of CC2. This homework we will maybe start after 1 week. Okay, so 1 week, after 1 week we will start the Viva. So I'm giving you one full week for revisions, and then we will start Viva. In between you can complete the homework also, CC1. So these two questions are settled. Then the next week we are going to start with Dravya Sangra, and we have Bara Bhavna also. So Bara Bhavna we are going to discuss in elaborate. Dravya Sangra, only the main meanings would be there in the syllabus, and I will just share the textbook maybe by tomorrow. Dravya Sangra. So you can download it or take a printout. Hindi version, you must have got a Hindi version of that book, right? All of you must have got a Hindi version, right?
Yes, sir.
So the English book was not translated at that point of time, but now we have got a translation, but it is still at the checking stage. So I'll be sharing the PDF, and we will also see if there are any corrections while reading it. So why I'm starting with Dravya Sangra? Because you have a question on LCPA from Dravya Sangra. So first I need to complete Dravya Sangra so that I can give you homework of LCPA, which are 3 questions based from 1 question each from each of the paper 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So once we finish this Viva and Dravya Sangra, which will take say around 15 days, then only we will start with Viva. Not Viva, but LCPA. Okay. So that we'll do it later on. Okay. Any questions, Surajji? Yeah, Himali.
So in stanza number 4, when we speak of the fact that ascetics have no attachments or aversions, and then we go on to say they have no affinity or antipathy for 5 types of taste, 5 types of color, 2 types of smells, 8 types of touches. So what are these 8 types of touches?
So these 8 types of touches is the modification of touch attribute of matter substance. Substance is matter, attribute's name is touch, and there are 8 modification of touch. So what are these 8 modification? I'll just let you know. Halka bhari, then
रूखा चिकना,
uh,
कड़ा ठंडा गरम.
Thanda.
so yes. Fourth stanza, no? You said?
So fourth.
So in the Hindi book, in the glossary, it is given. You have the Hindi book with you, all of you, right?
Yes, sir. Chedala Hindi book we have. I don't have it now.
Okay. So where it is, I had seen.
Sir, it's not given on that page, sir. छेड़ाला जो भी ये है इस बुक में तो नहीं है.
नहीं है?
It's just given that it is of 8 types.
It's there.
In the Gujarati book, it's in the third, at the end of third dhala.
So you read out.
Halko, bhare, lukho, chikno, કર્કશ, સુવાળો, ઠંડો અને ગરમ. એ 8 સ્પર્શ છે.
So hot and cold, light and heavy, then rough and smooth, and one more pair.
Suhan.
Huh?
Heavy and light.
Heavy and light, I said. Smooth and rough, cold and hot.
લુખો ચીકણો.
No, Suharo and
Smooth and rough is lukho and chikno. Right?
Oh.
No,
Heavy and light,
No.
sir.
Heavy and light, so I said. One more pair.
કર્કશ, સુવાળો.
Karkas, suwado. Yeah, this is. So karkas is rough, I think, no? Suwado
Yes.
is smooth.
Smooth, yeah. So we need લુખો ચીકણો in English.
Lukho chikno. Lukho sticky.
And dry, I think.
No, it's sticky and lukho will be dry, right? Right. So these are the 8 modification of touch attribute of matter substance. Similarly, there are others also given over there. Fourth stanza, right? Ras. So ras is 5 types of ras. Taste. Okay. So sweet, sour, pungent, spicy, yeah. So these 5. Then we have 5 colors, major 5 colors. And then we have smell also, 2 types of smell, pleasant and unpleasant. Sugandh and Durgandh. Okay. So these are the modification of attributes. Anything else? Sureshji, anything?
No, I'm revising from the beginning.
Okay.
Chedala.
So Sureshji is in UK and he is more than 70 years old and he is quite interested in understanding this Chedala and he has been doing Swadhyay long time and he understands so well. We connect in extra classes sometime as in when he and myself find time. And I was feeling very bad about Sureshji because of time constraint. Like today we are into evening. So what time is yours now, Sureshji?
It's just coming up to 5 in the afternoon.
Okay. Otherwise, his time is midnight time when we are starting the class. Okay. So nice of you, all of you. Revise and prepare for the homework one by one. And maybe after a week, we will start the Viva. Okay. it will be
The
easy.
Viva will be little difficult for me. I did not get the book and I'm outside.
So I will take your last. No,
Okay.
there is no
Okay,
deadline
sir.
as such.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
If you
Sir,
want more time, we will give more time. No problem.
Okay. Thank
sir,
you, sir.
Yeah.
for the Viva, will you test everybody for chapters 1 and 2, and then do everybody for 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6, or each person will have to respond to questions for all 6 dhalas?
Yeah. So you have to study the 6 dhalas and be prepared. I will ask one
Yeah.
question from first 2 chapters, one from next 2 chapters, and one from 5th and 6th chapters. One questions, 3
Yeah.
questions. 3 questions you have to answer. And it's an open book. You can open the book and answer me, but you have to know
Yeah.
where the answer is, right? So you have to
Yes.
read thoroughly.
But then will you ask, there'll be 3 questions, one from each 2 chapters. Will one person answer all 3 on the same day, or will
No,
you
no, no. It
finish?
will be a 1-to-1. It will be a 1-to-1.
Okay. Okay. But that will be okay. I get it. I get it.
Yes. It will be not in the class. It will be 1-to-1 at your convenient time and my convenient time. We can work it out there. No problem.
Okay.
So, and LCPA, the questions are ready, but since I have not taught you Dravya Sangra, so first we will go through Dravya Sangra, and then I will release that 3 questions also. So maybe in the next 1 month, we will be finishing all the assignments, and then we will be doing Bara Bhavna, which is again a very good subject.
So,
Okay.
sir, for CC2, you said you'll post the homework, right?
I've explained you, no, that
From 7 to
7
14.
to 13, no?
12.
13.
13, yeah, 7 to 13. There are 15 points that we have discussed. We have marked it also. So you can write those 15 points in your own language. More than writing, you have to have an assessment of how the process of realization will be, at that point of time. No distractions would be there. You will be just experiencing yourself, the eternal bliss, and nothing else. Okay.
Okay.
So this will further develop your habit of sitting on meditation. So these 15 points are not worth discussing or many understanding, but these 15 points are for practicing. Okay, you have to practice. Okay, anything else? So we are good for today. निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है. 9 times नमोकार मंत्र.